Hey everybody, it's Carey Conley, and I'm going to be straight up honest with you right now. I am attempting something for the very first time. I am now on Facebook Live and Instagram Live at the same time. So I'm going to focus on looking at my camera for Facebook Live, so I'm sorry, Instagram, for looking in one direction. But I'm figuring out, hey Laurel, thanks for giving me the love. My daughter is like giving me the high five right now, and I appreciate that because this is a huge leap out of my comfort zone right now to have two lives going at the same time. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you telling me that. So here's the thing. For those of you who don't know me, which I think you do, my name is Carey Conley, and I'm a speaker and author, most specifically on vision and purpose. And I just wanted to come and talk to you today around the 3 ways to know if you are living out your purpose. Hey, Ethan, my son-in-law now giving me love. I so appreciate that. I just had a weekend where I have stepped all into a mission around purpose that I have right now. As a matter of fact, I bought the domain last in February for Do It On Purpose, and I'm now going through a 4-city tour that kicked off last night in Denver, telling people most specifically why you need to have a purpose for your life. And I'm zeroing in right now in my career on young adults, because I know right now that they are seeking, like I was at their age, to figure out what is it that's in store for me for my life. What is my vision and purpose? You know, what's beyond just the day-to-day grind of my job, you know, taking care of my, all my stuff. You know, it's got to be beyond, right? So I did something yesterday that was way out of my comfort zone, and I learned 3 things. And the 3 things that I learned I want to share with you right now, because this was a test for me in the past 3 days as to whether or not I was on the right purpose or not. So I thought I would share them with you because this might be good little parameters for you to figure out if you are living out your purpose or not. I believe that most people are not, which is why I've staked the rest of my life and my career around teaching people about vision and purpose. So here's what's happened for me in the past 3 days. I was leading into an event that I did last night in Denver, and I was feeling all the feels. And I'm going to just pick 3 of them that I know are good gauges as to whether or not you are following your own purpose, right? So the first thing is that I was hearing a lot of the voices in my head of doubt. Hi, Ashley. Hey, Louie. All the voices of doubt, and I don't hear them very often anymore because I've been doing this for so long and I'm so sure of who I am and what I'm doing. But it's a gauge for me when the voices get really, really loud that tell me that who are you to be doing this? Other people are doing this better than you. Are you on the right path? Maybe you should get off this path. You know, those voices were loud and clear for me for 3 days. And thank goodness that I have been around the block long enough to know that those voices mean that I am about to step into something really great. So how many of you guys hear those things in your head all the time and you start to believe what they're saying? That you're not worthy, that other people are doing it better than you, that you are on the wrong path, get off. And I'm just here to tell you that that is gauge number 1, that you are probably stepping into your purpose, because you are about to do something that not only will impact your own life, but will impact the lives of people around you. So pay attention to that, all right? Second confirmation is that I was way out of my comfort zone. I stepped into doing things yesterday that were just really out of my comfort zone, like talking about how I want to help young adults and how I want to step away from doing the things I've been doing for the past 25 years so that I could step all into that, and not really knowing exactly how that's all going to play out right now. I mean, I told this group of people last night, this is what I want to do. This is why I want to do it. I believe that this is why I'm called to do it, but I don't really have it all figured out yet. And so I was really uncomfortable as to how they were going to receive this brief little presentation I did at Topgolf before we all had fun and played. Were they going to believe in me? Were they going to get what I was talking about? Were they going to look at me and say, okay, that she's just not got this, so we just don't know what she's going to do with it. And I have to tell you that quite the opposite happened. There was a small group of people who have known me for a really long time, and they all got it. They're like, we totally get the mission you're on, and we want to help you with it. So anytime you're getting ready to do something, you guys, that you think you have to have it all perfect before you can go into it, I'm here to tell you, you do not. Because if it's your purpose and your calling, you step into it and the rest will show up. And the right people showed up last night to give me confirmation and give me a lot of encouragement, and it was amazing. And the third thing is that if you are working in your why and your purpose, you guys, you can't do it without getting super emotional. Like all day yesterday, I was a crying mess. I'm going to be really honest with you. I met with a couple of people who have been through my journey with me. And every time I started talking to them about, okay, this is what I'm going to do tonight, I just was like, okay, help me through this. Because I am about ready to get in front of a group of people that I don't know if I can physically talk without the tears. You guys, if you can talk about what you're doing every day without getting emotional, you're probably not working in your purpose. You're working on a path that is super easy for you to do. And I just really want you to know, we used to talk about this all the time. When I was growing my network marketing business, we used to talk all the time about having a why that made you cry. That's when you know that you are doing something that is outside of yourself. It's not about you, and you are going to leave a legacy in this world. Hey, Shani, how are you? Ashley, thanks for following along with these points. I appreciate you so much. So here's the last thing. This is kind of like the cherry on top of how you know. So I, right now, am on a mission, as I've mentioned, to start working with young adults, to help them figure out what their vision and purpose is, because I believe they are seeking. And it's interesting to me that a lot of the people have been asking me, well, why do you think they're seeking? I mean, did you really know what you were going to do when you were 26 years old? And here's the confirmation I got. So my Lyft driver from the airport, because I just flew back from Denver, turns out he has 5 millennial children, 5, ranging from the age of 23 to 35. And he was very chatty, and he was asking me a lot about, what is it that you do? And I told him, I'm a speaker, and this is what I talk on. And he kind of looked at me funny, like, so you teach people about vision and purpose? Like, is that a thing? I said, yes, it's a thing. And here's why I do it. And he was really like not being confrontational. He just really was wanting to know. And I said, well, I really want to hone in right now on young adults. And here's why I want to talk to them is because I believe they're seeking too. Because when I talk to them, they tell me that they're at a point in their life where they're starting to look around and think, okay, well, there's got to be more to this, right? So it's not just about the job and going to the job every day. This is about, what is it? And he really had a big question mark over his head around, I just really don't get what you do. Until I said to him, I believe that some of our young adults right now are showing you that they think they have it figured out. But underneath, they really don't. And they are searching, and they may not be telling you. And it was at that moment he said, you know what? One of my kiddos moved back home in the most recent time period because she was kind of struggling. And I said, that's why I'm talking to them. Because they may not tell you what they're going through, but they may tell me. And they may listen to somebody else that tells them that you have a purpose and you matter, and I want to help you figure out what it is, right? So that was confirmation number 4 for me, is that I got in a Lyft with a gentleman with 5 millennials who now has my business card, of course, and I told him, you know what, I want to be able to help your daughter. So I just want to tell you guys that if you feel all the feels, and if you feel like you're about to step into something that's out of your comfort zone, it's super scary, you don't know exactly what you're doing, you might be on the right path. And if you can't talk about what it is you really want to do without getting emotional, that's the key. So I just had to share that out with you guys because it's been quite 3 days for me. And I'm very glad to be back in Arizona and have Tucker with me so that he and I can just kind of chill from here. But so follow along with me, you guys, because I am getting ready to do more of these Do It On Purpose parties. I'm going to Orange County next on August 7th. I'm doing one here in Arizona on August 18th. And I have a date yet to be determined for Oklahoma City. So thank you guys so much. And I appreciate you guys all for following along. Share this out if you know some people, especially young adults, that right now need to know that they matter and that they have a purpose in life. Take care.